Today in Higher Learning, every month there seems to be a new report about how students are taking on more debt than ever before to get through college. It's a serious problem which consumer advocates and education officials are struggling to deal with. But a new study suggests all that debt is not necessarily a bad thing. Here to talk about it is Peter Kerwin from the Rhode Island Higher Education Assistance Authority. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Michaela.
All right, so tell me about this. Are you saying that debt levels rising is not a problem?
Well, look, from my perspective, debt levels, we should be afraid, very afraid about them. But this study came out, and it's a real joke. I mean, you know, I read about it in the New York Times last week, and the first thing I thought of was this study that they did years ago at the University of Maine, trying to tell us that, you know, lobsters actually don't mind being boiled and eaten by us. You know, I like lobster as much as the next person,
right.
But I'm not going to convince myself that the trip to my table has been a good one for the lobster, okay? And I mean, so this study, you know, they're trying to suggest that, you know, the college education that requires taking on debt, but all of that debt is like a golden ticket into the middle class for kids. And what they don't realize is that it's the college education that's the golden ticket.
Exactly,
okay?
not
That's
all that
what's
debt.
good, not the debt. And you know, I got to read you one of the quotes from this thing. I actually haven't read the full report. I have to be honest about this. I went to the website of Social Science Research, tried to get the whole report. You have to pay $31.50 to do that. And I happened to see a one-paragraph summary of the report, which convinced me that this thing was crazy. So
right.
I'm not giving them money to encourage them to do this.
They're trying to get you into more debt.
Yeah, but here's the money quote. We find that both education and credit card debt increase mastery and self-esteem, supporting the hypothesis that young people experience debt as an investment in the future. Now, it's as if they're saying, sure, take on all this debt. It's a real self-esteem builder. It's the living in mom and dad's basement till you're 40 that's a buzzkill.
Right, exactly.
I mean, the problem is you have to recognize there's a cause and effect relationship there, okay? And that's what they've completely missed the boat on.
So how about for students that are thinking about how much debt they're going to rack up and things like that? What do you say to them?
Well, look, I mean, if you're lucky enough to know that you're going into a career field, going into a degree program that at the end of the day is going to result in it guarantee you a high-paying job that's going to allow you to handle, you know, a big student loan burden, okay, that's fine.
Right.
But for most of us in this economy, there aren't those kind of guarantees. That job isn't necessarily at the end of the rainbow in a lot of degree programs. So what you have to do is be sensible going in, saying, you know, do I need to go to the college, the top college of my choice if it means I'm going to have to take on $100,000 in debt, or do I go to maybe a second or third choice and I'm reducing the debt level a little bit by doing that?
Get the same education.
Exactly. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you don't want to be in a situation where you've taken on so much debt that you're limiting your career opportunities and limiting your life opportunities, having to delay getting married, delay having a family, delay getting a home. I mean, those are the things you want to avoid.
So you got to make sure that the payoff is there. Peter, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
No problem.
For more information on College Bound Fun, head to foxprovidence.com.